I had poured 8 years into that company, never late, always hit my deadlines, and the first to stay late when the team was under pressure. But the last year broke something in me. New leadership, impossible targets, and a team that got smaller while the workload grew. I was doing the work of 3 people on the salary of 1. One rough afternoon, a colleague pulled me aside in the break room and said, "You should talk to HR. That's what they're there for." So I did. I sat down, opened up, and told them everything. I admitted I was completely burned out. I mentioned I had quietly started looking at other jobs. I vented about my manager's unrealistic demands. And then I said the words out loud. Honestly, some of the things happening here might not even be legal. HR nodded, smiled, said all the right things. 3 weeks later, I was staring at a performance improvement plan with my name on it. 6 weeks after that, I was walking out of the building carrying a box, trying to understand how my career there had ended so suddenly. Here's where it went wrong. I didn't understand the real rules of the room I walked into. Stay with me until the very end of this video, because the last 2 things on this list are the quiet career destroyers that most people never see coming until it's too late. I'm going to make sure you're not one of them. This video isn't designed to scare you. It's designed to arm you. There's a big difference. HR isn't evil. The workplace isn't a war zone. But it does have unwritten rules, and the people who know them protect their careers. The ones who don't usually find out the hard way. Before we get into the list, lock this in. HR exists first and foremost to protect the company from liability. That's their core job. Not your happiness, not your mental health, not your long-term career growth. The company. Every word you say in that office gets filtered through one question. Is this a risk to the organization? Once you understand that, everything else clicks. Here are 10 things you should never admit at work. Number 1, I hate my manager. Imagine your projects keep getting reassigned without explanation. Your ideas get shut down in every meeting. Then your manager takes credit for your best work in front of the whole team. You hit your limit and tell HR, "I hate my manager. I can't work like this anymore." By the time you get back to your desk, that manager already knows. You're now a documented conflict, and the fastest way for them to resolve it is often to manage you out or sideline you. Research from the Journal of Applied Psychology shows that complaints framed as personal grievances rather than business issues lead to significantly worse performance reviews afterward. The framing changes everything. Instead, say this: "I've been facing some challenges collaborating with my supervisor, and I'd like to explore solutions that help the team deliver better results." Same problem, completely different tone. One creates an enemy. The other positions you as a professional trying to solve a business issue. Quick note: if your manager is truly creating a hostile or discriminatory environment that crosses legal lines, don't soften it. Document everything with dates, times, and exact details. We'll talk more about that in point 8. Number 2, I don't get paid enough. You discover a coworker doing less than you is earning $12,000 more. You're angry, and you have every right to be. You walk into HR and say, "I don't get paid enough. This isn't fair." You just gave away all your leverage before the conversation even started. A 2023 Pew Research study found that 63% of workers who quit cited low pay as a major reason. Most people feel underpaid, but walking in emotional and unprepared is like negotiating with no data. Do this instead. Research your market value on Glassdoor, Levels.fyi, LinkedIn Salary, or Bureau of Labor Statistics data first. Then say, I'd like to discuss my compensation in relation to my contributions and current market benchmarks. That's a professional conversation. The first version is just a complaint. Also remember, HR often isn't the best person for compensation talks. Your direct manager or department head usually has more influence over budgets. Know who actually holds the power. Number 3, I've been so stressed and overwhelmed. Your team lost 2 people and never replaced them. You've been carrying their workload for months on top of your own. You're drowning. You tell HR, I can't keep up. I've been so stressed and overwhelmed. That sentence quietly adds your name to a list, not the promotion list. The American Institute of Stress has reported that over 80% of workers experience work-related stress. You're not weak for feeling it, but without structure or a business-focused ask, you become known as the person struggling to handle their load. Better approach. The current workload distribution has created capacity challenges. I'd like to discuss prioritization and resource support so we can maintain quality and deadlines. Same reality, different perception. You sound like a leader identifying a business problem. And keep copies of emails, Slack threads, and workload requests on your personal devices. Documentation matters. Number 4, my coworker told me. A colleague whispers that layoffs might be coming. Nervous, you mention it in your next meeting. I heard from someone that layoffs could be happening. Is that true? You just created 2 problems. You look plugged into the rumor mill, and you just flagged your coworker for sharing sensitive information. Never repeat third-hand information in HR. Rule of thumb: only speak about what you personally witnessed, dates, specific incidents, things you saw or heard directly. Third-hand gossip makes you look political, and HR protects the organization, not people caught in drama. Number 5, off the record. This one got me too. Before my official HR meeting, I had a casual chat with someone from HR at a company event. I said, off the record, I think my manager has it out for me. We both laughed. That comment was remembered. When I later sat down officially, the narrative was already partly written. There is no off the record in the workplace. None. According to SHRM guidelines, HR must document certain disclosures even if raised informally. Test every sentence. If you wouldn't want it printed and read aloud in a room with your manager, HR, and leadership, don't say it. Not in the hallway, not at happy hour, not in the elevator. Number 6, I've been thinking about leaving. You've been passed over for promotion twice. You're exhausted. You drop the hint, hoping they'll fight to keep you. Sometimes it works. Usually it doesn't. A SHRM report found that employees who signal they might leave receive fewer opportunities, smaller bonuses, and get removed from leadership tracks, even if they stay. The moment you say you might leave, the company stops investing in your future. Keep your job search completely private. Number 7, I don't trust leadership. After a sudden restructuring that blindsided everyone, you say, honestly, I don't trust leadership anymore. I have no idea what's happening. You just complained to leadership's direct support system. HR doesn't respond with sympathy. They create a profile. Disengaged, misaligned, flight risk. That profile follows you. Better. I want to better understand the company direction so I can stay fully aligned and contribute at the highest level. Same concern, 0 red flags. Number 8, I think what they did might be illegal. This was my biggest mistake. I said it without documentation, without advice, without clarity. If you genuinely suspect illegal activity, You have real protections under laws like Title VII, the NLRA, ADEA, and OSHA. But they require preparation. Retaliation is now the top charge in EEOC filings, making up over 56% of discrimination claims. It looks like sudden bad reviews, lost opportunities, or being sidelined. Document everything on personal devices and email. Then, speak to an employment attorney first. Many offer free consultations. Never tip off the company before you have counsel. Number 9. I just needed to vent. You unload after a terrible week. Lost client, public undermining, rejected expenses. Then say, "Sorry, I just needed to vent. I feel better now." You just told them everything was emotional, not factual. In HR's world, emotion without documentation often gets filed under unstable or erratic. Vent to friends, family, therapist, or the gym. Never in that office. What you say gets recorded. Number 10. I'm going to sue. You followed the process. Nothing changed. Frustrated, you finally say it. I'm going to sue. The conversation immediately stops being human and becomes legal. Any chance of quiet resolution disappears. And saying it before you have an attorney actually weakens your position. The company lawyers up while you're still unprotected. If you believe you have a case, consult an employment attorney first. With counsel, your words carry real weight. Let's bring this home. Every single one of these mistakes comes down to the same root issue: raw honesty without strategy, real problems without preparation. And that's not your fault. No one teaches you the unwritten rules on your first day. The lesson isn't to become fake or distrustful. It's to be strategic with your truth. Take these 3 rules with you. 1. Speak in facts, not feelings. Instead of, "This feels unfair," say, "This decision was made without clear criteria. Can we review that process?" 2. Know exactly what you want before you walk in. Have one clear, concrete outcome written down. 3. Prepare 3 sentences in advance: what happened, what you want, and how you'll respond if it goes sideways. I didn't do any of those things. I went in open, trusting, and unprepared. That's why it ended the way it did. After I left, it took me 8 months to land something new. I took a pay cut and started over. But I learned. Now when someone casually says, "Just go talk to HR, they'll help," I smile and stay quiet, because I know better. The opposite of what happened to me isn't lying, it's being prepared. Most people don't lose their jobs because they're bad at what they do. They lose because they said the wrong thing at the wrong time to the wrong person. You now know better. And that knowledge might be the most valuable takeaway from this video. Before any HR meeting, come back and rewatch this. If someone you care about is about to walk into that office thinking it's a safe space for full transparency, send them this video right now. Drop a comment below. Which of these have you almost said? I read every comment. Tell me what almost happened to you. If you want more career strategies that actually protect you, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. On this channel, we don't sugarcoat the truth. Don't make the same mistake I did.